guy looks a bit ominous here, doesn't he? Hello, officer.
Are you okay?
Are you well?
Oh, thank you.
Nice to see your presence in the old market.
Thank you.
Is it keeping the crime rates down because you're here with a visual?
Possibly.
Good. Keep it up. Excellent, dude.
Daddy, I wanted this one.
It's a very nice shopping centre. Very nice. Excuse me, officer. Is there a reason why you're currently in the precinct? Is there something going down, or?
Sorry?
I say, is there a reason why you're currently standing? Are you like on an operation?
Yeah, we are in a servitor
What? Sorry.
servitor deployment operation.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? I mean, I don't know what servitor operation means.
IV's patrol.
High vis patrol.
Yeah, IV's patrol. And there's officers in plain clothes as well.
Oh, plain clothes as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
For what reason?
For what reason?
Yeah, what-
We're here to protect the public.
No, I can appreciate that, but I mean, have you been informed of the heightened risk?
No.
No,
No.
it's just in general.
It's just in general. It's a general patrolling of the city centre in
What, on a
IVs
Saturday?
and plain clothes.
On a Saturday, you would think
Every
you'd be-
day.
Every day.
Every day of the
Wow,
week.
wow. Well, keep up the good work, officer.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I'm loving this police presence, officer. I'm loving it. I said I'm loving this
good,
police
isn't it?
presence. Yeah, it's great.
Watch
You know,
him work hard, man,
honestly,
I'll tell you.
honestly, you don't. I'm from like Lancashire, obviously.
I didn't get the accent from
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I didn't get Brummie.
Accrington, Stanley,
nice.
who were there. But we don't really have a right lot of
A lot of police aides.
presence.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. It's
a shame.
Like, you know,
Well, I mean, you know, taking nothing away from Accrington, obviously being Birmingham.
Birmingham's quite a bit bigger. than that,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you know, I'm born and bred here. It's a second city to me. It's a huge part of my. We need to keep this place safe.
Yeah,
so
well, you do,
that's
yeah.
the reason we have so many people out.
And I'm sure that the obviously the visual presence obviously helps, doesn't it? I mean, like
I think so.
You would think you'd be less chance of getting
Yeah.
shoplifted. Well, I mean, shoplifters might be a bit different because obviously they're not
Yeah.
really bothered, but I mean, like less chance of violent crime.
Yeah,
I mean, there was
and that's the hope. That's why we do it. That's and this visibility is not just my God, the police are there.
No.
That's not what we're trying to do.
No.
We're trying to have this interaction. You know what I mean?
And
Have
that's
these
what it should be like,
conversations.
really. I mean, like, you shouldn't be just. You don't want to come
Bollards.
across as authoritarian,
Yeah.
do you? You know what I mean? I mean, like, you should be able to approach
It's
your.
a
your
different
local
world
police
than it was
officer.
50 years ago.
It is.
It's a different world.
You know, back then you could have taken us up on backs and like kicked 7 miles out of us, couldn't you? You can't do that anymore,
Glad
can you?
if that did ever happen, I'm glad that doesn't happen anymore. No.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Me
no.
too.
But yeah, no, it's all about visibility and it's all about having this opportunity to speak to people, which
Yeah,
is good.
yeah.
And people go, oh, something going on. Oh, should I be afraid? No, you shouldn't. This is what we're doing.
You're
We're here to
be-
keep you safe.
You're here to be approached,
Of course,
aren't you?
yeah, of
You know,
course.
like
Of course we
a
are.
bit of an interaction. Like, I mean, end of the day, I mean, that's one of your duties, really.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, that's how you're going to get your intel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, you know, hopefully. You know, I might say, I mean, I don't know anything, but I mean, you might talk to enough people.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
You might talk to enough people, and,
Yeah,
you might get your some intel from
Yeah.
there. Like, about that though,
Yeah.
I was recently there was the council sort of had a case against me.
Okay.
And one of the witnesses,
Yeah.
he admitted public order section 4A. He
Yeah.
told, in front of children, he told me to F off.
Okay.
And he also admitted to grabbing my shoulder.
Yeah.
Now, it was on an MG11 with
Yeah.
a statement form. The officers didn't do anything about it. I got it happened in April.
Okay.
Now, I got
Was that to clarify? Is that West Mids or is that in Accrington?
in Accrington. in
Okay.
Accrington. So it happened in April.
Yeah.
But the police didn't contact me until the 10th of October. And on that letter it said you could complain, but it's out of date 6 months because you've only got because it's a summary only 6 months.
Yeah.
But public order section 4A isn't summary only.
It's tribal either way.
It's tribal either way. So then the officer was wrong. So when I actually
Did you change it?
I contacted him back, he said that the case is closed. Well, how can that be? And
shouldn't be the case.
it shouldn't. And the
No.
point was, it was on an MG11,
Yeah.
which was the witness in the case that's coming up for me in July is basically, you know, it was. I'm thinking that the police said if you go up against, you know, if you're a witness against me, then we'll forgive this criminal case against you.
Who said that?
Well, that's what it appears,
Oh,
because
that's-
on the
okay.
MG11, he's admitted what he's done,
Yeah.
and yet he hasn't been done.
Yeah.
So, and when I rung the police up and I asked them, they said, actually, we've got to wait until the victim rings up and tells us that there's been a crime, not somebody else. Well, that didn't really... I couldn't really understand that.
That's
I
not
mean,
really correct.
And to be fair,
If you tell me you just in a fight between two other people,
Yeah.
I have to investigate the fact that there's
you
been a fight between two other
you would
people.
think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if one of them was assaulted, if I admitted to you
I've
that I'd been in a fight
Yeah.
and I've assaulted somebody,
Yeah.
then I would expect you to say, well, I'm sorry, Paul, but we're going to have to arrest you.
So, yeah, that's a different one, because if you say to me, I've just hit somebody,
Yeah.
and I'll go, okay, well, who,
Yeah.
where,
Well,
what?
I've told you.
I'd
I've told you
need-
exactly what I've hit.
I probably need more evidence than that. So, the only thing that would make me suspect that you've actually done that is if I had something else. So, if I had a victim, injuries that I was aware about, a scene. So, if you said to me, I've just severely beaten somebody up, right, and then I'll say where, and you go, it's on this road. My first action would be, okay, I'm going to get somebody to get to that road now and ensure that's happened.
Which you would
And if
think
we
so,
got there and if there was a victim there, then of course that gives me suspicion that you've committed that offence. But if you say to me, if you come in and go, I've just beaten somebody up, I've got to have something. Do you know what I mean? A little bit more.
But
That's just a way out there example. But
So this guy basically put the statements in on, like, say the 10th of April,
Yeah.
and said it happened on the 1st of April.
yeah,
So he said, well, he grabbed my shoulder and he told me to F off in front of children.
Yeah.
Right, so it's put me forward to section 4A and a bit of assault there.
yeah,
But like I say, I'm in court in July,
Yeah.
and that person's going to be a witness, but it hasn't been done. Now, obviously, I'm going to call them out.
Is that a civil case? Or is
Well, it's a council thing. So
So,
basically, the council
okay.
think the council's trying to do me for a public order equivalent. Because
the
it's a council
council-
thing.
okay.
You know, it's a fixed penalty.
Oh.
I know, so it's a fixed
Yeah.
penalty thing. So it's not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
criminal, and yet he's a witness in
Well,
that.
yeah,
but he's
but-
admitted
yeah.
criminal charges.
Yeah.
But it's not been done. So obviously, when I come to court,
my advice would be to go back to the, where the police have said, oh, it's gone past the limitation of proceedings. I assume that's what they would have said. I would say, well, could I have the case reviewed? Could I have the investigation
but
reviewed? Because
it's me.
what does that mean?
It means, well, I'm sorry.
You're the victim of a crime. It means nothing.
I was a victim. Here, look, I was a victim of a GBH, section 18, with these are defensive injuries.
Oh, okay.
Right, and they crimed it. It only happened on the 11th of January. They crimed it as an ABH with injuries. Now the guy had a weapon. That's section 16. He threatened to kill me. That's section 18. So how the police crimed it as ABH with injuries? Do you know what I mean? And I sent him a video.
Interesting.
Sent him a video. Now
Is this Accrington again?
Accrington again.
I'll tell you what, Accrington.
There you go. Why do you think I'm in Birmingham?
So
so
you've come to speak to us.
well, I should have done. But I mean, I'm waiting for the officer in charge.
Yeah.
Who's on private training. I mean, we're talking about serious offences here. Do you know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I mean, you can see by the injuries. I could show you the video. Honestly,
got a video,
I showed them the video. I sent the video to the force control room. I just want justice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can understand that. Of course you
I
do.
basically got 10 logs in for 10 different crimes. Criminal damage, 3,000 quid. There were 6 people came over, so they were all public order section 4A. One of them threatened to kill me. One of them assaulted me with a weapon. You know, I mean, and at the end of the day, all of that
doesn't sound like a safe place.
All of that's been crimed as an ABH with injuries until the officer in charge, who's on driver training for the next 2 weeks, comes back. But I mean, for me, if you had a GBH section 18 and you gave it to an officer, but actually it was crimed as an ABH with injuries, that officer might not be too quick on getting back to you because ABH with injuries could be anything. It's not like somebody's tried to kill him. Oh, it's not like somebody's tried to kill him.
It shouldn't
Oh,
be.
is.
I mean, in law, it's a. I mean, excuse it, but it's a lesser crime.
Yeah,
In law,
yeah,
it is. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm not saying
Yeah.
per circumstance or if it. But in law, it is. It's
It
a
is,
lesser
yeah.
offence.
Obviously-
But it shouldn't be treated any.
No, just
differently
just the fact that he had a weapon. I mean, he had 2 hands on a
Yeah.
log, on a piece of log, and said, "I'm going to fucking kill you."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's section 16 straight away. Like, section 16's got a weapon. You know, section 18, he's threatened to kill me,
Yeah.
and actually, then he's followed through on it.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, the thing is, I was on my way to A&E, and I got arrested for public order on them.
Oh, wow.
And then I spent 12 hours in Greenbank, and they didn't take me to A&E after. Yeah, I know. You might be able to read about it in the logs as they go around, because obviously I had to put a complaint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was on my way to A&E, and they said, the police drove past, blues and suits. I stopped. I got out of my car. I waited at the back. I got on my knees because I knew they were coming for me. And they still came and stacked me behind. I said, "Come on, look at it. It's broad."
Yeah.
They went, rear stack. Nah, that's battery. I mean, I know it. I can show you the. I can show you the.
That's not
Honestly, any battery, right? Go on. Battery. I'm not battery.
Oh, God. I thought that was it.
That's battery.
I thought I was about to get beaten up.
That's
I was about to
battery.
get twisted.
Any touch to your person.
Yeah.
Any touch.
Yeah.
Just and that's battery. Just that. That's
Yeah.
battery.
I hope you don't mind that.
I don't mind. But obviously, put a rheostat position when you've got like a broken arm. Suspected. I mean, it wasn't broken, thankfully, but I mean, it's pretty. It still hurts.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks ago.
Okay, you recording?
I am.
Can I just take a minute to say, this sergeant here is actually like a decent.
I think he's
decent
as
guy.
well. I think he's a top guy.
Thank you.
I think he's a top
He
guy.
took some time a few weeks ago before Christmas. There was a protest, and we had a little bit of a conversation, and you broke it down like when you'd step in and when you wouldn't. I appreciate you doing that.
Now.
You remember?
I recognise your face.
Yeah, no. And do you know what? I put that out, right?
I haven't
And
seen it.
there were comments.
I would love to get, because I don't know if you're still filming, that's absolutely fine.
No, I'm not at the moment.
I'd love watching these, genuinely.
Yeah.
I really enjoy them. And
I won't
I always, if
open
I
them.
ever have an interaction, I'd love to watch them, genuinely.
Watch
And it's
yourself.
not to watch me back, or I think they're fascinating, because it shows sometimes how bad we are at talking to people. I think they're fascinating. I show them to my team.
I'm glad you put that talking to people on the end.
Yeah, I know, talking to people.
I know
Talking
myself,
to
like, I put
people.
videos out, right?
Yeah.
Where I've been like, in fact, it was in that video, we had a really good interaction. I went over to an ex-copper
Yeah.
that put his hands on me and was like, whoa, right? And people actually said, my viewers said that, that first interaction you had there was fantastic, but then the way you acted with him afterwards weren't so good. So I learn about myself as well and my own behaviour,
Yeah.
and sometimes maybe I should learn to be a bit more.
I think it's really important. So I've just come off managing a team. So I managed a team on my own as a sergeant for about 14, 15 months. And that was a team of about 14, 15 bobbies, all with quite low-level service, 2-3 years tops. So working in the city centre, we do a lot of, out and we talk to people. And I think it's so important to get this right, to get just talking to people. But it doesn't matter what
That's why I
else you
say,
do.
like with this, right? I know sometimes you're at work and like, do you want a camera in your face?
Yeah,
Not all the
I get
time.
it.
But it is like with part of your job description, it's just something that you kind of got to expect. Like maybe it's one of the parts of the job that you might not necessarily like.
Yeah.
However, these interactions here go a lot further than the ones where
Massively.
there's a big blowout, people are having a go, you're having to threaten arrest. You know what I
And
mean?
this is what I'm saying. So I was saying to my team, look, let's sit down and talk about and look at these videos. And we watched a few, and I won't go into names or channels. And there's ones that I watch. There's ones that I watch, but we talked about them and we watched them. And this is how we don't do it. If I have to see this, then that's going to come back to me, and that's on my head. And I think it's so important to have just this conversation. And incivility, I don't like. I don't like when people are rude. I don't like that at all. Manners go a long way. There's little things, and I think they're really important. Like you say, I think this is sometimes the most important stuff. This is the easy stuff. This is just me talking to you as a person. It's a job. You're doing what you're doing. I'm doing a job. I go home at the end of the day, and I actually go home and watch these. So you learn either way. Do you know what I mean? You like both ways.
Well,
so
you are on
I appreciate that.
Fair
feedback.
Britain Audits.
Oh, love that.
Fair Britain Audits, so if you want to see yourself, it's down there somewhere.
Have a look.
Like I say, mate, there's
It's
some
on there
of them you'll
somewhere.
look through and you'll think, he's alright there, and then others you'll probably think, he's been a bit of a tosser. I'll be honest with you.
I do different. Like I say, there's some that I watch, and I don't watch them solely because I like the person. Sometimes I actually watch them because doing this job, it's kind of like a busman's holiday, and I watch it and I go, why have we just said? Why has that Bobby just said that? Why have
That's
they pushed
what,
that
sorry, that's
person?
what I was getting at. So
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
have these interactions, I don't understand why so many coppers seem to kind of come across a bit shitty, right? When you're not silly. A lot of the time, you know that if someone's in front of your face, they're probably a YouTuber, they're making a video for some form of social media to go on in them. Why isn't that used as a great PR stunt?
I think you are using it as a
free
bit.
publicity.
I think you are using it as a PR. So
free-
you
it-
are.
it is-
I think your interaction.
Yeah.
Is
And it
a
would.
Me
positive.
personally,
You
or-
personally.
Yeah,
Oh well.
so
You
that
personally.
one
Yeah.
I
Well.
had,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at some videos to the comments that were made about yourself,
Yeah.
it was night and day.
Okay.
It was night and day, and it was simply just for you doing actually your job.
Have you? So I take it. I'm generalising a bit. You're all auditors. Is that how? Yeah. So. Okay. Right. How would you ever consider linking in with the police force itself and doing that interaction?
Don't you think it should be?
It should be 100%.
There should be a training thing for
No, do you know what? Actually,
I agree.
I
It should
think
be.
it shouldn't even be me, him, you, me.
It should be us coming to you.
No.
Oh, go on.
I believe that it shouldn't be down to us. There should probably maybe be a body that maybe goes out. Not maybe there is, but just goes out as a normal. You know, like when you do secret shoppers, or you're trying to catch somebody,
100%, yeah.
then just do that whole being approached by a member of the public.
Yeah.
See if you do the things within your policy.
Yeah.
Those
You
kind
did
of
that
things.
well. Congratulations.
And then come back and do an
I get
official
that.
audit.
Positive.
An official audit, like people that are far more professional, probably sophisticated, and can articulate themselves better than I can.
So, just to put some meat on that sort of, that idea. So our interaction, so our stop and searches that we have. So as a supervisor, I'd have to sign those off. So I have to review the body worn, ensure that it was legal, that it was proportionate. We were accountable, it was necessary, it was ethical. All of that, we have to make sure that's there. So they get dip samples by panels, and these panels consist of members of the public. They could be MPs, they can be anybody, cleaner, anybody. They just get a panel of people in and they review these body worns and they say, here's the legal side, here's how, go wisely and what the officers have to adhere to the grounds, and telling the people what they have to know. Did they adhere to that? Were they legal? All playing again, were they legal, accountable, was it all that? And that happens, so why can't we do it in just general interactions? Because this is, fundamentally, stopping and searching someone is, taking someone's liberty away for a short period of time while you search them. Is this more important? I'd probably argue yes. I would probably argue
agree.
Because it was. I think this is the first. Do you know what I mean? Of course, I'm not stopping and searching anybody here. But if I go over and deal with something else, you've just had a conversation with me. You know what I'm about. I would like to think from this short time you've gathered that I don't think he's going to go and take someone's liberty away unnecessarily or do something that he shouldn't be doing, because categorically not.
No. So then we wouldn't necessarily have to film you, because we would believe that you would actually buy our we might do anyway just to make
that
sure.
was going to be my point. So then that's what I wouldn't want, because just because I'm going to be good over there, why wouldn't you film me?
Well, we probably would.
I would want you to.
Yeah, just in case.
I would want you to.
even though
I would want you to stand on my shoulder. Obviously, safe distance. I would want you there to go, do you know what, he's doing everything he should be doing here.
And that's
it's PR.
And that's what the PR. That's what the auditor is. We're not there to try and pull you up on it. We just want to say, well, this is the way we think it should be done, and we think you should be doing it that way as well. Now, and if you've got an argument with that, tell us what it is, and we'll try and tell you where that falls down on pace or whatever. Because we
Would you ever consider doing that? Because
I would. Do you know what it is? It's like when they try and say reach out to the media. I haven't done it every time, but I have done it before. Don't get nothing back.
And that's shocking. And I hate that. I hate that. Like, why not?
Because again, if they got back in touch, I would document everything I do with interactions with the police. Document it. So it's never about now. It's not about shining you in a bad light. In fact, that's why I wanted to come over and point out while these guys are rolling the camera that you are an actual. You're
good
upstanding.
A good one.
A good one.
You are.
I'll tell me mum that.
There
you go.
It's a good one.
I'm happy to argue with police, right? So it's not me trying to blow smoke up your ass, but genuinely, I don't know. Should we have to be patting you on the back for genuinely just treating us as human beings? No, but unfortunately there are many a times going out and doing something as simple as recording, where it seems like they take it upon themselves to go, right, this is a chance to. And maybe it's not always the case. Maybe it is more down to they're following certain criteria and like suspicion, things like that. But even that in itself sometimes isn't explained enough to the individual that you'll necessarily be stopping. And it's just like I say, by doing this. So I don't actually want to hold up too much more of your time, so I know you're busy.
No, I appreciate talking to you. Like I say, I enjoyed this. This is just talking. But the things we've talked about, linking in with our sort of whether it's corporate communications or whoever it is that we have that conversation with. If you want to leave me a card, and if you're interested in doing that, I'd love it. I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be really positive. I think it'd be a really good thing for, certainly, I don't know of any other police forces that have done it. That's just me. They might have, but I think
it would be a good pilot, wouldn't it? I mean, if it works, and then you could roll it out.
West Midlands Police is huge. Obviously, set next to Manchester and the Met, we're really big. This would be great. It would be great to have those interactions.
It's a good testing ground.
As a force, be on a good level.
Me personally, I've stepped away from the auditing a little bit. More gone down like the citizen journalism. So things that I wanted to do, and I know it's not easy to do, right? I wanted to do something like no filming involved, but I wanted to do things like maybe do a ride along with the police. I know there are things that can happen, right? Where I can go away with no video footage. It'll only be through my memory, but go away and write up an article on my experience with two police or a police officer that day, what their job entails, what difficulties you have within your job, you know, and what obstacles you might face in a day. Those kind of things. It's not about joining people in about life. Do you know what I mean? Well, like I say, Bear Britain Audits.
Yeah,
and if you ever go to the About page, the email's there.
Okay.
That email address is the one that I would give to police if you asked me for my email address or contact me.
Okay. And you'd be willing to have a bit of a
I'd be willing to do. Of course I would, definitely. 100%. I'm local, I'm only Warsaw.
Yeah, he's local. A bit further away for us.
Accrington's a little bit further.
Bit too far for me. I don't think Accrington would be very keen on that idea either, you know.
West Midlands area. So if there was ever an opportunity to do something like that, where, like I say, it would be sincere and genuine. It would never be to shine you in a bad light
I'd like that.
or anything like that. Then
Well, it'd be an honest light, wouldn't it? Wouldn't like you say, it wouldn't necessarily be roll rosy. It'd be how it was, wouldn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Which is what you want, isn't it? You don't want them.
It shouldn't be like, you know, this isn't a TV show.
No,
I don't need it to be like all singing and
no.
dancing.
Yeah,
do you know what I
that's
mean?
it,
Just be talking.
Just real and that,
Even
like,
if
innit?
it's just a conversation where, like, right now you're busy, right? So I feel like I'm holding you up.
No, that's fine.
But
We
even
have
if
got to
we
move,
could,
but
right,
it's
even if sometime meet up,
Do you move on?
even if it was at a station, and just have a half an hour conversation where obviously it's been okay by the press and everything like that, and you could see what would go out into the public domain. I wouldn't show you something and edit in any way. What you'd see as the final product would be live product.
No, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be really good. I've got your channel. If you want to provide me with any of yours, I'd be happy. Like I say, I love to watch them myself. That's
Crazy Jake.
Crazy J.
Yeah.
Bear Britain Audit. Crazy J.
AJ Audits.
AJ Audits. PK Audits. See, I'm never going to remember all them.
I just remember PK, but
You can remember Bear Britain.
yeah, I just remember that.
Bear Britain or BBA.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate the interaction.
Thank you so much for your time. Can I keep that?
You've got a link to my channel on there.
Is it on yours as well, is it?
No,
Is that on there?
no, that's Facebook.
Oh, it links to that. Do they all link together?
No.
No. Okay.
Cheers.
Thank
mate.
you so
Thanks a
much.
lot.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate your time.
You too.
Okay.
Yeah, just got one quick question as well.
Yes.
If for any reason you had to arrest someone in Wiltshire,
Yes.
how would you cope with that getting into police station custody?
I've heard that, sorry.
How would getting into police station custody?
Getting you to custody. So I've only ever had to arrest one disabled person in a wheelchair. It was on a train in Newport train station. So that was an added difficulty. We don't just have small police cars, we have bigger carriers. So we could always look to try and assist you onto one of those. Fundamentally, if we've made an arrest, we would need to get to a custody block. Whether that be a localised station or one of our bigger supermarkets, we've got to get you into custody. Page says so. So we would obviously take into account any disability, but we still need to maintain that we've got to get you there. So like I said, we've got bigger cars. I'd probably look to get you in a bigger carrier if it was appropriate. If we couldn't get you there, then we'd have to come up with some supervision to get you there, but it's still got to happen. But obviously I'm mindful that, you know, I've got a visible disability and something that, and also it's not just you in the nicest possible way, it's everybody else looking on as well. And then I'm not going to start dragging somebody out of a wheelchair. It's certainly not what I'm going to be doing.
You're right in the middle here.
But yeah, we had to do it today. The one in New Street was an interesting day, I can tell you that. It took me a few hours. But
Am I allowed to hand you details?
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely
Bear Britain Audits, you've got the channel. Sorry about the stuff you're writing.
don't worry.
Bear Britain Audits at gmail, 21@gmail.com.
Fantastic.
Anytime get me on there.
Really
mate,
appreciate it.
Would appreciate it.
You got a card or no? Crazy Jake. PK.
Crazy Jake with a K.
Is it Jake with a card?
Spelled with a K, yeah.
Give me your card if you want. I'll contact you.
We don't get cards.
You know.
I can write my details down if you want them. If you want to take the free into the picture of my number
I've
or...
got your number.
You got my number?
I've got your number.
You want me to write it down?
Yeah,
Just so we've got it?
Why not?
Because I'm, you know... It's 22586, it's Police Sergeant Harwood.
Harwood, I'm from Great Harwood. That's what it
Harwood?
is.
I don't know where my surname comes
so
from.
would it be PS 22586 at What?
From my email address. Do you want my email as well?
Please, yeah.
You get to know my first name now.
Oh, I'm lucky there.
You feel lucky, don't you?
Yeah. See, it's Michael, Richard, Stephen. Dave, you got there right.
Excuse my writing.
Yeah, you're all right.
So it's Dale,
Yeah.
Dale, Harwood
Yeah.
at West Midlands, one word.
Yeah.
That's not, I've only broken it up. westmidlands.police.uk.
Winner. Excellent.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, mate.
If you've got any questions, unfortunately, I'm only based in the city centre for another 2 weeks.
All right, well,
I've
then
just
where
been
you going?
promoted and I'm going to custody. So I'm going to become a custody sergeant. for my sins.
Well, let's hope we don't meet there. Let's hope we don't meet there.
I know, yeah.
You better be squeamish.
You've got to be squeamish.
Yes, my videos. I've got a lot of bad language in them.
Where is that?
Minority.
Oh, dear.
Please.
Oh, dear.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it anyway, mate, yeah?